Welcome everyone back to the stream. Today is day 4. I am so excited to be making this stream today, guys. I really appreciate you for tuning in. I'll show you where we're at in a moment. As you can see, currently we're quite far ahead, and this is because yesterday I couldn't keep myself from working more, so I coded more off stream, and we got to the point where we have coded more. So we're up to the point where you have a viable game that you can play. So probably you can't see this, but yeah, there you go. I'll move it a bit so I can show you. But we now have the buttons. We have the player hand, which is more important, and so on the left is the player hand and on the right is the computer hand. It took me so much tweaking to do, but it's finally working. And now when, for example, you click on scissors, you have the game, and actually it's walked into the console, so you win because computer chose paper and you chose scissors, and it keeps the score as well. And you can play this. They see I won again, and so on. If I choose rock, every sign is working now, and the computer is choosing randomly. I am very proud of what I've done so far, and it involved a lot of googling and ChatGPT, not going to lie, but I'm pretty proud of how far ahead. I'm pretty proud of how far ahead are we, and today we're going to make it even better. First, I'm going to go through the code and explain what each bit does. So this is for two reasons. One, so I can get you up to speed and tell you what I did and how I did it, because there is quite a big gap from yesterday's stream. And two, so I can say it one more time myself and get myself more familiar with it. Alright, so what we have here is the import for everything from 3JS and the GLTF loader, which is for loading the models, and the orbit controls, which makes me able to move the mouse like this, like move the camera. Then we're setting some variables, one for the computer choice, so we can store either rock, paper or scissors for the computer, one for the human choice, and I should probably rename that to player choice, because everything else is player. But let me just see how many instances of this are they. And the third reason actually was to refactor the code and make it better as we go on. So I'll probably rename this and rename symbol to player choice, so it's more consistent. Yeah, there you go. So human choice, there are still more instances of it. Alright. So player and player. Alright, is there any more instances of human choice? No. What about player choice? Should be 11. $13 we have now. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think it's all fine. If I save it, there you go. Yes, okay. So moving forward, we have two variables to store the player score and the computer score, and probably we can make it like that, as I did underneath. Oops, not this one but the score. So you can do that, right? And then you can do those in a single line. So you should be all fine. Paper. Alright, let me lose one game. I cannot lose. Scissors. Nope. There you go. Alright. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. Yeah. Alright. So we've compacted this a little bit more. Then you have constants like enums for each choice, and we use that at the end to determine if the player won or lost. Now this is to initialize a new scene in 3JS. You have a constant for the camera, which is a perspective camera with a field of view of 75. And it window inner width to window inner height. I cannot really explain it, and it takes objects from really close to really far. We have the renderer to render the whole image. Those ones are right here. I don't know if we need them. I'm going to remove them, and it's basically the same thing. It's something for the shadows, but as you can see, it doesn't make any difference. So I'll take the chance to make my code shorter and remove this. Then what we have, renderer set size, same. Okay, body punch out, and we open the canvas to the DOM. Geometry wall is this light blue wall, and the material for it basically the cover. And const wall, we just add it to the scene, and it's absolutely the same for the floor, although for the floor we rotate it so it can be horizontal. And yeah, next one, we have a directional light, and we have two directional lights. So one is kind of on top, and the other one is more in the front. And the scene is still not lit like I wanted, but yeah, we'll see if we'll take care of it. Probably we'll take care of it last. Directional light, cast shadow, those I don't know again if we need them, because I didn't saw any difference. No, I don't see any difference from them, and it's still not casting shadows, so I will remove these from now. We have the orbit controls, which allow me to move the camera. I will set the camera position, and this is where it starts getting interesting, because now we have the loader, which is loading rigged arm.glb, which is the model for the hand, and we're loading the computer hand first. We add it to the scene, and then we set it up. So we go to setup hand, and we pass in hand bones array and type. So we pass the computer hand, we pass the computer bones, which is an array. I don't know if I said it here, but no, I probably didn't. So computer hand and player hand is for the model itself. Computer bones are like the bones inside the hand that need to contract and expand, and we store their positions in that array, or at least their original, no, the first rotations we store it in this array, and we basically store the fist. So moving onwards, the setup hand functions, we pass it the model, an array that is currently empty at the moment, and we pass the type, which is computer. So we go to setup hand, and we set up the hand rotation order first in order to get it the way it is, facing to the left and in that exact same position. So if it's a computer, we have one set of rules, and else we have another, and if it's else, it's basically a player hand, there is nothing else to be. So we traverse through the hand after that and store each bone in the bones array. Which is basically like computer bones here. And we make a fist with the bones array. So we get the bones and we call this function make fist to contract the hand like we do in the beginning. See how it contracts in the beginning. And I chose to leave it as like a entrance animation. So what it does here is the duration of the contraction is 0.5 seconds, so half a second, and we add a G-sub timeline so it can be smooth and not contract like instantly. And these are the rotations I found through trial and error to make a fist. So we have animating the thumb bones, so bone at index 3, rotation to the Z index minus 0.5, and so on. And after we do make a fist, we store the fist rotations. So we store the fist in a separate array, which is fist rotations, so we can later call that from the reset to fist. Alright, so this is how we set up the hand, and after that we check if all hand models are loaded, which is this function right here. And whenever we set one hand, the loading counter increases, and if it equals to 2, we ask for the player choice. So the first time when we go through this function, it will be 1 and it will return and go to the next function, which is setting up the player hand. So it goes through this and it increases the counter and it moves onto this one, which does exactly the same thing, but I couldn't just clone the computer hand, so I had to load it separately and introduce this function. So after that, when both of the hands are loaded, we have a delayed call of 0.6 seconds, so we can have this animation first. Although, like when you enter the game, nobody is going to just click rock from the very beginning after they reload the screen, so probably I can remove this delayed call, but nonetheless we get the player choice and we wait for a player to choose either rock, paper or scissors. Now the get player choice is at the bottom and it stores the document get elements by class name RPS button, which is this list classes right here. The buttons are just an unordered list and each button has an ID, so we know depending on the ID we can pass the inner text or the text content. Actually we have a little bit of styling right here, and after we get the choices we make an array from the choices, and for each element we listen for a click, and the player choice equals whenever an element is clicked its text content, and we make it lowercase and initialize the game. So after we code the initialize game, we get the computer choice, and we already have the player choice. So we get the computer choice and it has a const of choices, which again is an array of those constants we set up here. So, and I could have probably I could probably say it as an array up here, but we'll see about that. It also has a random index, which is just a math random. A math random will give you a number between 0 and 1, but not exactly 1. So after that we times it by 3 and math floor it, which gives us a random index between 0 and 2. And we return the choices from this array. So if it's a 0 we pick rock, if it's 1 we pick paper, and so on. So yeah, we get the computer choice, and then we have this hand shaking animation, because you go like that in real life: rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And we shake the hand by getting the computer or player bones. And so we do this, we shake the hand for the computer and for the person, and if the computer choice is paper, it makes paper, which basically takes in the bones from the computer, and this is exactly the opposite of the make fist. So every move starts from the make fist, and this just expands all the fingers. The make scissors expands only 2 fingers, and it makes scissors like that. Okay, and after we've done that, we reset to fist. So we can go back to it, and if you choose rock, nothing happens, it just shakes, because it's redundant to make rock, for example. And then actually I encountered a bug. It's not really a bug, but since you have this you're in this position already, if you try to call it one more time, the hand will collapse on each other, it will go through itself, because the bones are over contracting. So when either you or the computer picks rock, nothing happens. And after that we determine the winner by playing around, which is the function right beneath it. And it's pretty simple. Basically, if their choice is equal, we set it as a draw, and here you have the different options where you win, and if else, obviously you lost. We update the scoreboard based on that with your choice and your player score. And this is about it. I forgot here to animate. Renderer. So I think it's final that at the end that we render all this. Probably I can put it at the bottom. Okay. And this is basically it. This is the rock, paper, scissors game. I think we went through most of it. Here we have the shake animation. Duration for each shake is 0.1 seconds. Shake amount is 0.2. And how we do it is basically we have the initial rotations, which is just vertical. We make a new timeline, and the first bone, which is at the very back of the hand, it moves up and down by the shake amount on the Z index, and then we have it in a loop until it reaches 2, so 0, 1, 2, or 0, 1 actually. Let me see. So I think we do it 2.5 times because in real life you do this. You from your default position you go up and back to the default position. So 1, 2, 3, and the hand does 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, this is basically it. I explained it as almost as good as I can. Bear in mind, it's still very early in the morning, it's not even 6 AM. So we'll add in some to-dos, and this is what we're going to be working on today. And we have quite a bit of different stuff to be working on, and I'm very excited. So first we need to get rid of console logging and display the you win lose text. Then we need to make the UI for the scorekeeping, so keep score on the UI and update it. I guess it will be something like 5 little stars up here, and each time you win, the color fill of one of the stars will go to yellow, for example. And we'll make a game loop where it only goes to 5, so whoever first reaches 5 wins. Game loop up to 5. Another text to tell you're the winner. What else I want to do? I want to introduce sound effects, and I think this will be really fun. When you lose, win, and on shake, click a button. Also, I want to introduce screen effects when you win / lose with red and green. So in my head I thought maybe if you win you can have like a subtle inner glow of green and on your hand as well, or something along those lines. I also want a screen shake when you shake hand, or when you lose. I want to make the buttons prettier. Alright, and 3D text also. So we're mostly done with the game logic. We'll just now make it more interactive, so it doesn't just console log things, and you can actually play it and have fun. So yeah, we're going to start by getting rid of the console logging and displaying the you win lose text on right here. So display. Let me just check one thing before I continue. The stream elements I need to reset from yesterday. Is that done? No. Oh, yeah, should be done now. Okay, so I guess we can start very simply by we're going to add a text, just how we're going to do it. We can have a div with the class of around outcome, and then inside we can have like an h1 with the ×2, and one will be ID of around win text, and the other one will be ID of around lose text. So you won. I just want to validate my idea, so I'm going to be you lose. So I'll do it really ugly, and after that, if it's all good, we'll make it pretty. So round outcome, round win text, and round lose text. We already have quite the basics here. I don't know if we need this display flex. I don't think we do, but anyways, we'll do around outcome. And basically we can use those styles. without the display flex and list style types, and also it will be top like 20% and left is 30 for now. Nope, has to be about 50, 40. You win, you lose. Okay. This actually is good enough for now. We're just going to make the IDs, we'll set them to display none. So what was it? Around win text. So display none, and around whose text will also be set to display none. And now in the script, what is there to save? Okay. I also have to make it so make it so people can't spam choices, because right now I can just spam scissors and it kind of does the same, like after that it fixes it, but if you just spam scissors, notice how the fingers curl up. So I have to prevent people from spamming, and yeah, it just keeps going on forever. Okay, so now where we're determining the winner, let's see. So if you win, I actually need the document dot get element by ID, and we need the around win text dot style dot display visible. Is that how you do it? Let me see. So we lost this one. It's a draw. We won, but nothing happens. So let me just quickly check again. JS set element visi set element display. Maybe display block. I have to display book paper scissors. Right, still we won, but the text is not here, so let me just quickly check. Visibility visible, but the thing is we've made it to display none. It's probably this one right here. Let's try it like that. Scissors. We lost. Oh, come on. So yeah, now we won, but again the text is not there, so we can make visibility is set to visible. Alright, so here instead of display none, I guess we have to set the visibility to hidden. we most surely can make it with display as well, but if there is an issue, we'll fix it in the future. Right, but that still doesn't work though. Cannot read properties of style around when text. Of course it can't, because text is not uppercase. So probably this would have worked with display as well. There you go. Okay. Now the thing is, you won, okay, and it's kind of slow to display that, and it's because of display around takes like 2 seconds. So if I make it at 1, let's see if that will be better. So you lost here, it's a draw. I actually have to make another text for the draw. See, this time it was much faster when it only took 1 second. And after that I want to set it to this to visibility hidden once again. Let's see, play around, update scoreboard. As of right now, what I can do is I'll make another one with the draw round draw text. Okay, and here also set it to visibility hidden. And I don't think I'll be able to fully fix this until I implement the game loop, so I'll leave this for the future, and I'll just do lose and draw, and whenever you have one of the outcomes, I'll make this element visible and the other ones invisible. So around, and this is very ugly, but I just want to see if it all works. So hidden, this is not best practice by any means, but we'll fix it a bit later. I just want a proof of concept. So draw is hidden as well. Okay, so this is if you win. If you lose, you have exactly the opposite. So if you lose, the round lose text will be visible and the other ones will be hidden. And if you draw, it will be other way around. I don't need the console walk, just the documents. Okay. So draw will be visible and the other ones will be hidden. Alright. You lose. It's a draw. You won. Okay, draw. The thing is now they're stacked up on top of each other, and because I'm using visibility hidden, they don't show up at the same place. So I'll try to do it one more time with the display none on display block. Let's see if that will do it, because last time I think it wasn't working because I didn't have the text in uppercase. So let me quickly do that. Let's do display none. Display none and display none. And here we have not visibility hidden, but display equals none. Here also display none. And here we can have display block. Display block and here also. All right. You won. You won. You lose. See, now it's now it's in the same place. The draw is a bit to the left, but I think this is because let me inspect it quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure how to fix that. Because it's aligned to the left, and rather we have to align it middle, but it's good enough for now. Right. So yeah, finally we have something to indicate whether we won or lost, and it's pretty cool. I've been at it for 40 minutes, so I'll take a quick break. Let me start the Pomodoro. Right. So take a 5-minute break quickly, and I'll be right back. Thank you guys, I'll be right back. Alright, boys, we are back. I'm not going to start the timer, I'm just going to work till I can't anymore. Or till I want to take a break, rather. So, where are we? Get rid of console logging and display the you win-lose text. Right, so we're displaying the win-lose text. Keep the score. Alright. So, indeed, let me get rid of console logging. At least get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. Did I delete the part as well where we... no. It's right here, about the player score. Alright, so now there should be console log that say you lose or you win. Let me just make sure I'm not muted. No, okay. Draw right now, you won. Okay, super. So this first step, although it's ugly, we've done it, so it displays text on the screen. So now keep score on the UI and update it, and probably, like, I'm not sure if we should use a library or we just download a star SVG, because I think someone subscribed again, but the alerts are not working once again, and it's very annoying. I'll try to fix it for next stream, but I even have them open, like I can emulate them right now. It will show on screen, but whenever someone actually subscribes, it doesn't show. Let me try it once again. See, it shows on the screen if I emulate it. Let me try this. It doesn't work with real people, just the emulation. It's very annoying. Can you cover SVG in CSS? I believe you can. You can replace. Okay, so alright, this will be interesting, but I'm not sure how to do it exactly, but star.svg. So something like that probably. Is that an SVG? Well, let me go to the website. SVG file, there you go. Okay, and I'm going to copy it and going to home, repos, rock, paper, scissors, and I should really have a different folder. So new folder, src. I'll paste in here and rename it to star symbol. I'll just name it star.svg, whatever. Alright. So what we need is, like, right here we must have 5 star outlines, and maybe the stars to be white, and whenever you win around, the first star will become yellow, and so on until you reach 5. So let's add, we'll add an unordered list once again, which will be of class, or actually it will be ID of, no, because we have 2 instances of it for the left and for the right. I'll make it a class called around 1, and inside we'll have list element with the class of star 1 times 5, something like that. Now, not only star 1, but I think actually inside we have to put the svg, no, img, src, star svg. Okay, that works, kind of. Around 1. Okay, we'll make it first for the player, and then I'm going to tweak it. So we have around 1 and star 1. So around 1 will be of position absolute once again, left 10, top 10. We have list style type none. We have display flex, and then we have to make the stars smaller. So dot star 1 img, I think it is dot star 1 img. So height, let's say 20 pixels, and width 20 pixels. Alright, kind of, yeah. Can we do height? Can we do just height? Yes, we can. Okay. We'll bump it up to 30 probably, and then on each star 1 we want to have a little bit of space in between them, and we can either do this with a margin, or we can make the class around 1 is already a display flex, So we can actually tweak the width to be, let's say, 50%, and that way see how it's much wider, and then we can do justify content space around, so we can make it less than that. And but now it depends on your screen size, which I don't really like. We'll maybe do it with the margin, and later on we'll fix it if we have to. So that around star one, margin right will be like 10 pixels, and now no matter what it will stay like that. We have to tweak the camera as well, or the, yeah, we have a lot of things to tweak. The buttons are not centered. Everything works for that screen, kind of. So top, not 10 but 20%, let's say. And now can we make them fill and white? Alright, so that doesn't work like I was concerned. So change SVG colors CSS. Alright, what do they do? Add the SVG using the image, right? And they use a filter. So if the target color is white, we have to use this filter. So let's see. Alright, it actually works. Perfect. Can we also add a border of one piece of solid black? Not really. Add a outline border to SVG CSS. You cannot add a border, but let's see if you can add a stroke. So that either doesn't work or it's inverted to white. If we do the fill none, nope. It's putting it on the path. So if I take this out of here, remove this, and do dot star one, not a comma but a dot, path. Can I do that now? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, we'll leave it like that, and if we have later on, we'll sort it out. Now this code pen, if we say if we want around, we want to make the first star oh sorry, it had to be the other way around, so I think we can do that with the nth child. So let me open that. Where are we going to put it? So right now this is for the draw and this is for the win. So if we want to win here, we should probably make a new function which is function increase score, and it takes in the type but I'll make it work for both later. So as of right now, just increase score, and what it has to do is get the, I've done it somewhere around choice, see, get elements by class name, so we have to get the stars by class name, or we can select the whole unordered list and then work on the nth childs. I'm just curious how we're going to select the image from the class in JavaScript. But let's try nonetheless. So we'll get star1 as a class name and store it in the star1, store it in stars, and then from right here I will reuse this array right here. So an array from stars, and then for each, no, I don't think this is going to work. I'll just do a for loop for for I equals 0. So as long as I is less than 5, I plus plus. It's not that though. we cannot make it a whoop because otherwise you'll just be stuck in here and I will increase. I think we'll have to make something like dependent on what the player score is. We should paint that many stars yellow, so I think this will be the easiest solution. So player score plus and we can actually make a for loop actually, but make it less than the player score. So for let I equals 0 until I is less than players score I plus and then select and child JS and child in JavaScript. Alright, so let's see. Document dot query selector, and I'm going to use backticks of dot rounds 1. We have a list of and child, which is in that case I, and then we can dot style dot, what was it, but I should take the list element and we want the image. So so after this enchild img, and then we can use the filter dot style dot fill. Can we do it like that? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Equals this. Let's see. Use again. So draw. You won. Alright, I won, but nothing happens. Probably because I don't call this function anywhere. I'm really smart. Alright, so instead of player score, we call the function because there we increase the score. And this one I don't think I need it. So draw. So I use yeah, I win, but nothing happens. So I'll quickly run it through ChatGPT. Tell me the issue in this code. The issue with this code is how the loop is handling the child selector, specifically when I equals 0. Right, because it's one based, I see. So it has to be either so then I can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so until it's less than or equal to 5. I didn't quite see it because I was looking down, but this is amazing. Okay, draw. I was draw. Come on. Draw. I win. Okay. Perfect. I like this a lot. I won again and I won. Perfect. This is very cool. Now what I want actually is to have a second instance of that and make it for the computer. I'm just going to see how I'm going to do it, because I need to have 2 of those classes. And actually I think I only have to change this class name, for one for the player and one for the computer. So well, not only that, because the computer I have to position computer rounds 1, and here it will be player rounds 1. So I'll save this, and this will be for player the other one is for the computer, and that's why I still have those list types. So computer alright, and this has to be kind of the opposite, so top but left is 90, not 90, 80, 70, so something like that, kind of. We'll fix it up later, but it works for now. Alright, so let's see how we have to do it so it works for both. When we increase the score, we need to call it with either the type of player or type of computer. So let's try that. Let's make it accept type, and here we'll put the type as in player, and here as computer. So if type double equals player, we do 1, and otherwise we do the opposite. Alright, so this is for the player, We don't even have to call it with computer, but I'll see later if how we can do that. I forgot to add the player score. So if it's player score will increase, else computer score will increase. And here here also maybe we have to no. Here we have to make player rounds 1, and I think this will be enough. We'll make this for the computer, so computer rounds 1. Alright, so let's see how this works now. Okay, paper, you lose, but nothing happened here, and it's because it's not in a loop. And also I just figured out another thing that will go wrong, but I'll show you in a bit. So computer score, and here also computer rounds 1. Alright. Right, it works, but now the thing that bothers me is that it's filling the stars from left to right, and I kind of want them to be filled from the right to left. So I'm quickly going to ask the GPT, how can I in from right to left? To fill the stars from right to left, you can adjust the logic by starting the loop at the total number of stars and directing and decrementing I. Here's how you can do that. So exactly the opposite. Total stars equals get the total number of stars. I can do this constant and so on, but the total number of stars for this game is always going to be 5. So I can do document.query selector rounds 1. So I think I got it. 5 minus I. But then I has to start at 0, I believe. Let's see how that works. So it's a draw. Alright, it directly puts 2 stars, so maybe it has to start at 1. Let's try again. Scissors. Scissors. Nope. Maybe this has to start from 6. Alright. 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 I want to lose one time. Okay, sure. And what happens? No, nothing happens. Okay. I wondered what happened if you lose the sixth time. Well, nothing happens. Alright, I think we're done to commit the code. And I'll take a quick break. So, where is it? No, this is the white package. Yeah, I'll have to start a new terminal. cd into repos, cd into rock, paper, scissors, git status, git add all, git commit. Add it and I'll push my changes. Git status, git push, origin, RPS, 3D. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, so let's see how far are we with the to-do list. Keep the score on the UI and update it. That is done. So next we'll be working on the game loop and making sure people cannot spam scissors, for example, and the hands go numb. Just look at them go. Yeah. So until a round is played, they shouldn't be able to pick another choice. And I'll have a quick break, guys, and be right back. I'll start a timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes timer. Let me also do it on my watch so I know when to be back. Alright. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm just taking a quick break. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back, boys. Now we need to work on the game loop. So basically we need to work on first, whenever someone reaches 5, the game needs to stop. And actually, I guess these buttons should disappear and you should have a separate button to restart the game. So and the button will basically start it over rather than reload it. And the next thing we need to do is make it so people cannot spam choices, because right now I can do this. Alright, so if we first make it so that the game is played until 5 points, we have to check somewhere if the player score is 5 or the computer score is 5, and then let me see, we have to show a final message, but let's see, initialize game, shake hands, so on, play around, probably around here, and then we have to initialize everything when the player clicks on the reset button. Remove the event listener from the click. Alright, I'm just curious if it will be easier to make the game play till 5 first, or it will be easier to make players not spam choices, because to make players not spam choices while the game is played, we need to remove the event listener while a bool flag is true, and to make the game play until 5, we have to, I don't think actually they will contradict each other. Let me see. Initialize the game after a player has made a choice. This name also is not really correct here. We don't really initialize the game. Anyways, let's see. We go play around and update scoreboard, so on, increase score. Where do we call the increase score? We call it at the play around, so update scoreboard. We actually don't need this update scoreboard because it just walks it into the console and we're working with the UI. So we don't really need this. Let me see if we call it just one time. I believe so, but yes. Alright, so we can get rid of that. I don't need that less quarter. So after we played around, we should check if either score is equal to 5, and if it is, then we should display the final, like, you won or you lost type message. Let's just do this first, I guess. We'll do it very similar to the round outcome, but this will be game outcome. Let's start with that since it's easier. You won the game, or you lost the game, and there will be no draw because there can't be. So this will be game win text, and this will be game loss text. Game. All right. Game outcome, game win text, game loss text. So this will be game outcome, and are those yeah, those are IDs. Okay, so we have game win text, which is display none, and game lose text, which is also display none. So right now at the script level, we can check if player score double equals 5, what was it, document dot get element by ID, and the ID is game win text, right? Game win text dot style dot display equals to walk, and else if computer score double equals 5, okay, let's try that. You won the game. Okay. Also, before we do that, we need to get rid of the around win text, so we can just copy that and put it here, and for the else if you lost, you can make the round lose text disappear. So I'm quickly going to play it up until we get a couple of points. Okay, I did it I did it very quickly, but I don't think it worked actually. We'll see. I won. Okay, you lose. You lose. It's a draw. You won. You lose, and you won the game. Why did I win the game? Game win text. No, it has to be game rules text. Okay. And here actually the game outcome needs to be like 30, so it's more in the center. Excuse my position absolute values. We'll get them fixed. But yeah, let's try one more time. So I lose the first round. I win again. I lose again. I won. Okay. It's a draw. I want to win this. You won the game. Perfect. Now, once that happens, I want to actually, I should probably make this into a separate function. Let me just think of how I'm going to do that. So I can probably make a function called game over. Function game over. And then here we can paste in the logic. Alright, we can get this out of here, and if either player score is equal to 5 or computer score is equal to 5, we'll call the game over, or computer score equals 5. Game over. And in the game over function we want to check whether we won or lost, but actually in either case we want to get rid of those buttons, so and display the reset button. So RPS buttons, and then we can have just I think we can have a button with the class of RPS button because it's already styled, and we can name it reset. Alright, so the reset now is kind of large, and I believe because those are like flex items. Let me actually see if we can do another list with the class of RPS button and call it a reset. And then we have to give it an ID of button reset, and at first we'll set it with display none. So ID of button reset is going to be display none, so we cannot click on it. We can move the camera, but we cannot click on that. And when someone wins the game like that, we need to make all other buttons display none, except the button reset. We can make it display block, although let me just so there are two ways to do this, but I'll have to create separate function, I believe. Function show reset, and here we can go by, or actually we can do RPS buttons, select all children of ID can I select specific elements without writing a list of selectors for each child? You have to loop it somehow. Anyways, I'll do the ugly version for now. So document.get, it's really important for me that we get moving. So I'll do the ugly stuff now, and later on we can fix it. So we get the element by ID, and this is what is it, button rock? Yep. So button rock dot style dot display equals none. And we can do this for the other buttons, except we can do the opposite for the reset button. So this is paper, this is scissors, and now for the button reset we can make the display block. Alright, so let's see how that works. Seems like I'm going to lose. I lost the game, but nothing happened. And this is because I'm not calling show reset anywhere, of course. Okay, so here show reset, and same thing here. Right, let me do it once again. So paper, okay. Alright, perfect. Cool. So now alright, so now we actually have to remove the event listener from the RPS button class, and we can add an event listener to the ID of reset. But the thing is, we add the event listener in this loop, which is get player choice. So let me see what we can do. We can actually do a flag, and if that flag is true, for example, we do not play the game anymore. Initialize game. So we have to make it somewhere in here. Let me do the flag, I guess. So let is game over and we have to do a while loop, and while game is not equal to over, while game over is not false, I guess. Just a sec. Let's see, now we have to do it on the get player choice. So this thing right here has to run while. So while is game over, and at the beginning we set it to is game over equals to false. So this has to run while it's basically, if we set this game over to true, we would not need this exclamation mark, but because it's false, we need the exclamation mark for the game to run, so it's like the opposite. I guess we can make it is game running, and that will simplify it. Is game running and then we can set it is game running to true, and while is game running is true, we listen for events and so on. All of this has to go inside, and when we actually go to here to the show reset, we need to make sure that the game is not running, so we can make is game running equals to false, and here as well. So let's try this one time. Alright, it's not doing anything. Do we have an error? I think it's an infinite loop. Yeah. Where is it? Is game running? So while true. Okay, but then we initialize the game and we start playing it, and once the score is equal to 5, then we set it to false, and this should not keep running, but I'm not sure why it does, and I'm just quickly going to ask ChatGPT. Can you tell me why is this an infinite loop, since in the initialize game function I have a condition under which this flag is set to false. Tell me how I can remove the event listener once the player score or reaches 5. Alright, for now let me remove this while loop. Yeah, I think this is cooked. Okay. No, the game flow relies on event listeners. The game will run as long as the user keeps clicking buttons, and the condition for ending the wait, I'm reading it from the back. So the reason you're encountering an infinite loop is that you have a while loop that continuously runs as long as this game running is true. The array from choices for each adds event listeners to the button every time this loop iterates. Since event listeners persist and the while loop keeps running, it creates an endless cycle without waiting for player input, even though you may set okay, why the while loop causes an infinite loop. The event listeners are added, yeah, so we already read through that. Instead of using a while loop, you only need to add event listeners once and then check conditions inside your game logic to see if the game should stop. You can remove the event listeners once the game is over by using the remove event listener method when the score reaches 5. Right, so we don't do it inside of the get player choice. That was what I was thinking. Instead, there is a function on click event. If the game is running, player choice initialize the game after the player has made a choice. Okay, initialize game. Alright, so we need the end game, and I tried to do it with is game running, but or actually with game over. So we're here already in the game over, and is game running should be set to false. Let choices array from remove event listener. So it's basically the same as up here, but here we add the event listener and we remove it here. Alright, so let me see. And we have to do this no matter if the computer or we won. And game over is called no matter who won, so we can put it in the beginning of the function. Let me just try quickly if that works or if it's going to give me some error. Alright, so I won but nothing happened, and I can still click on the buttons. Very cool. If I remove that, is that still the case? Did I mess up somewhere else? Yeah, so it's somewhere in this that it's messed up. Let choices array from choices for each. I should have checked the console. I will just check the console. Oh my god, why does it keep picking scissors? It was the game. But this time it works, which is strange. Cannot read properties of no. 353, so right here. So it keeps going to increase score. Although we should have removed the event listener, it still works, and it's giving me an error. You won the game, okay, but the event listener is still here. So let this game running through, and we go to get player choice. Let choices equals document get element by class name RPS button. We array from the choices, and for each choice add an event listener for click and function on click. So it kind of just separates this function into two, and probably that's important because here it's listening for the is game running. Alright, so I'm going to follow it and separate this. So click on click, and then we can get rid of that. Also of that, and underneath we're going to add this function on click. There is an event that it accepts, although we don't pass it. Maybe that's just a default keyword or something. If is game running, if it's true, then player choice equals element dot target, and then we initialize the game. And is game running is set to true in the beginning. Do we reference it anywhere else? Get player choice, yeah, we don't need it here. Anywhere else? Yep. So in the initialize game now, there you go. If player score is equal to 5 or computer score is equal to 5, we game over, and in the game over we need to set is game running false. We don't need it here. And probably this is how we remove the event listener. Alright, so let's give it a try. And right out of the bat it doesn't work. Element is not defined, so 267 is it event.target? I think so. Yes, it's event.target. Alright, let's try it once again. Paper, okay, it works this time. And let's see what happens when we win or lose. Alright, perfect. Now we've removed the event listener. Cool. So, alright, now you can play the game, and when you win or lose, you cannot spam the choices anymore, and you only have a reset button. That still doesn't work, but last time when you click the reset button, the hands just kept going. So right now this is not the case anymore. Let's just win here against the computer. We won the game, and no matter where we click, even on the reset, that's it, it's a wrap. So That's cool. Let me check the to-do list. Game whoop up to 5. This is done. And disappear buttons and one button to restart shows. This is done as well. Another text to tell you're a winner. This is done. Alright, now we need to make the reset button work. Okay. And I feel like I'm going to do one more break. So I'll start another 10 minutes and be right back. Alright. I'll be right back in 10 minutes. I'm taking a quick break. Alright boys, I'm back. So where are we? We had to make the reset button work. Alright, so I guess we have to either add an event listener for this button, and when it's clicked we need to call a function that resets the game, which basically brings the stars back to white. They bring the player scores back to 0, and it removes the reset button and shows back the rock, paper and scissors buttons, and removes the you won or you lost text. Alright, so game over, show reset. Okay, and here we have to make document.getElementById button reset. Since we're going to use it multiple times, we can make it into a variable, but I'm not going to do it right now. Add event listener for click, and if they click, then call function reset game. And we make it camel case, so reset game. Function reset game. It has to basically revert all this, so make it none, display book, after that player, oops, not caps lock, player score equals 0, computer score equals 0. Then we have to make the stars the white color again, so we can make, what is it, star 1. We can just make star 1 image this color, so, or at least I think we can do that, but document dot query selector all dot star 1 img, is that it? Star 1 img dot style dot filter equals this basically. Alright, and then after we do this, we also have to make the you want text disappear. So where is it? This for the draw and so on. Around win text, display none. And around whose text, display none. Alright, it's loose, right? Around whose text, yes. And after that we have to initialize the game again, so we need to actually get player choice. Wait, is that it? Yeah, I think we can get player choice. Let's see. Alright, let's see if any of this works. So I want, let's draw, paper, draw, I use. Seems like I'm going to lose, or maybe. Okay, I won the game. The thing is now nothing of this happened, and cannot set properties of undefined filter. So it's 396 here, document query selector row. So star one img star one. Can I console.log this? So node list, we have a list of images. And I want each of them to have this style filter, like we've done here. But probably there is another way to do it if it's a query selector row. Because I think it returns a collection, a node list actually. So let's ask ChatGPT, what is the way to make every img of a node list have a style of filter? To style every image element in a node list, you can iterate over the node list and set style filter property of each image. Here is an example of how to do it. So they just store the stars. I can make let reset stars equal this, and then reset stars dot for each function, and you take in a star. So for each star we do star dot let's try it like that. Is that the case? We don't need this console log, hopefully. So let's try it. I'll quickly go through it. So I was the game again, but nothing happened. The stars didn't reset. I'm curious what the player score is. Player score is not defined. Alright, let's quickly console log it. Console.log player score, console.log computer score. Alright, let's quickly do it. Right, their scores did reset, and we did go to here. I've probably written this one wrong. Probably I don't need a function here. Let me try again. Right, that seems more like it, although we still got an error. I'll check it out in a second. Okay, I won the game, and now it's waiting for me to click reset, and now after I've clicked reset, we should go to the wait. Alright, you won the game. Reset. Now it seems like the scores reset and I'm getting those console logs. I get the buttons back. Style.filter. It's because of this, I think it doesn't work. Oh yeah. Get element by ID around WinText. It should be game WinText. Game. Alright. Rock. So on. Alright, I was game. Reset. Perfect. Now I just need to be able to click on the buttons again because right where did we did it? I think after we reset the game we have to set the is game running back to true. So set this to is game running back to true, and I should be able to play the game again. Let me see. Alright, I was game, reset, and I can play the game again. Perfect. This is very cool. I like it a lot. So now the game is playable finally. Let's see. And let me check the to do, make the reset button work. Yep. Make it so people cannot spam. Make it so people can't spam choices. Now, how are we going to do that? I think when we get the player choice, this is listening for a click right, and on click we get the player choice and convert the text to lowercase, and based on that we get our input for the game and initialize it. Now if a player has already selected it and the game is running, if it's in the initialize game, like right here, you should not be able to pick another choice while the game is running. But let me see. All right. How do we do that? Because for me it's kind of strange how we've constructed that. The add event listener is always listening for a click event, and whenever that fires, it just initializes a new game. So for each add event listener to click, and if game is running, maybe wait, let me check this. Is game running? Because we set it at beginning at true. We check if game is running here on the click event, then we set it when game is over, and when we reset game we set it back to true. So is there a way to set it quickly to false so we don't get another input while the game is running. Let me double check. So for example, set it right here to false and is game running equals to false, and then we can set it here, I believe, after we've reset the fists. We can set it to true again. Nope, it's still not working. Right, so I'll cheat a little bit and ask for help. Can you help me make the game so that players cannot spam choices until the round is over? Because currently you can press rock, for example. How many? For example, just spam it. I'll let it help me with the logic here, because I'm not quite sure how to do it. It's day 4, give me a break. Right, so to prevent players from spamming their choice until the round is over, you can use a simple flag to indicate when a round is in progress. You already have an isGame running flag which can be utilized for this purpose. Alright, I tried to do that. How to handle spamming? Set isGame running to false at the start of a round when a player makes a choice. Set isGame running back to true only after the round is completed, after the gestures and okay, so update on click and initialize game. So I think I did exactly that, didn't I? So on the on click, yes, I did exactly that for the on click. And let's say in the initialize game, he sets it at the bottom. Okay, if it was simple as that, set it at the bottom instead of right here. Let's see. Oh, okay, no. It kind of works, kind of doesn't, because now you cannot if you just sometimes it just lags, but yeah, you cannot click rock and then paper. Sometimes it just spams it, I guess. If you're not if you didn't wait for the hands to retract, then it will spam it probably. And but that's cool, and I need this I need those animations to be a bit quicker. For example, for the make fist we have duration here, and we can tweak this and easily make it close the fist at the beginning slower or faster. See, I'll put it to 1 and it will close it slower. I can put it to 2. So maybe I can leave it at 1 at the beginning. And for the make scissors and make paper, I want the hands to open quicker, because it's kind of moody at the moment. So let me see. Hold gesture for a moment, that's okay. Shake hand. Basically, for the make paper, we have to do it like we did it in the make fist. So we have a constant of duration, and then we can just pass it at the end, just pass duration. So I'll make const duration of 0.2 for the moment, and then we have to just leave duration, and all of those 0.5s we have to delete. Okay, right. So now for the make paper, it should be a lot quicker. So if we choose scissors, it opens it slowly, but if we choose paper, it's quicker, and I like it. It has a bang to it. Okay. We also have them make the same for make scissors. So make scissors 0.2. And we can also delete the duration seconds here. Okay. And this should make it more responsive. Maybe it's a bit fast right now. Maybe put it to 3, let's say. I'll leave it at 2 maybe. Yeah, I like it that way. You can still kind of spam it. If you keep pressing while they're shaking the hands, but it doesn't count as a new choice, I don't believe. Let me just check. Yeah, so there were 2 separate choices. I'd say it's good enough for now. Alright, so make it so people can spam choices. This is done as well. Alright, reset game. Perfect. Now I actually wanted to add sound effects. Let me just see. Screen shake, screen effects, sound effects. Alright. So let me think of what sound effects can we add. Maybe a grunting sound when you show the sign, but I need to find out how to add sound effects to 3GS. How to add sound effects to 3JS. How to add background music and sound effects. Transform your 3JS project with sound effects. This is newer, so I'm going to watch this, and I really have to pee, so I'll be right back in a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's quickly watch through this. See how we
This
can add
project
sound effects.
where I'm flying through this wireframe and I'm shooting at these boxes. It's really easy with 3JS. 3JS provides a sound, an audio interface, 3.audio. Let's check it out. Here I am in my code. Hang on a second. It's like, how big can I make this code? Do you know what I'm saying? And the answer is pretty damn big. Okay, so right here is where we're going to add all of the setup code. We're going to add our sound effects. First, I just want to create an array to hold the sounds, and then a couple of variables to assign those sounds to, one for destroying the box and one for shooting the laser.
Okay.
Create a manager for loading these files, and the manager is going to have an onload method that just yells in the console, loaded, and shows the sounds. That's just for debug. We'll create an audio loader, 3.audio loader, and pass in that manager as a prop. Here's a list of the MP3 files that are in the project that I'm going to load, and an audio listener. You'll see why that's important in a second. I'm going to add that to the camera. Now, for each of those MP3s, I'm going to loop over them, create a new sound using that listener I created earlier, give that sound the name. This is the name, either Fitz or Laser01 or Blarmp or Splode. Now, if the name is Blarmp, I want that to be the box sound. And if the name is Laser01, I want that to be the laser sound. I'm going to push those into my sound array and call the audio loader to load those files. This is the path in my directory to those files. And once it's created, I need to set the buffer for the data that's loaded. I hope that makes sense. Save it. Move this out of the way. We're not seeing anything yet because there's just that loaded call, right? But let's handle that. Come down to your fire laser method inside the code, and I'm going to add this laser sound.stop. Make sure it's not playing before I start, or else we might have issues. I also want to vary the sound, and there's a method called detune where I can set between, I think each 100 cents is equal to 1 semitone. Nonetheless, I'm using these numbers and I'm getting the results I want. And lastly, play the sound. Save it. Let's hear it without the detune. You hear the difference? It's the same every time. And this way, it's kind of random. Great. Let's add the box exploding sound. That's going to go inside of this collision detection code here. Same thing. I want to stop any sounds that are currently playing, then detune. This time I'm detuning even more, and play. And let's save it and see what it sounds like. Did you hear that? I'm going to comment out the laser sound so you can just hear the box exploding sound. Here. Comment out this this code here. And let's bring back the lasers.
Okay. 3D audio visualizes. Let's check out the docs. Right. Create a non-positional global audio object. All the sound and set it as the audio objects buffer. Alright. Let's first find some sounds. So sound effects download free, please. So can we add whoosh? 3 whoosh. I think I like the first one. Yeah, this is too over the top. I like this. My concern is will I be able to play it 3 times when the hands are doing this. Then let's add a grunt. Nope. This can be cool when you lose. I don't know if that's too loud for you. I'll quickly turn down the desktop audio so I don't hear. Yeah. Grunt. Let me download. What is it? This one. Grunt attack. Nope. Alright, I'll just pick any random grunt. Let's try this one. Alright, so we have sounds, grunting sounds of for when you win or lose, and we have a whoosh sound when you do the rock, paper, scissors animation. Right, so let's see how to implement this. I'm going to watch this again. I'll open it in YouTube.
If you've ever built a website, you know this feeling. You put the final touches on your website, hit the publish button, and send it over.
Hey everyone, real quick, we're gonna add sound to this project.
Alright, let me find where the sounds are. So this will be rename Grunt Woos. Oh. Grunt Woos, rename. This will rename it to Grunt Win, and this will be just shake whoosh. Those are all MP3s, so I'm just going to cut them from here and add them to the repository. So what is it? Rock, paper, scissors. I'll make a new folder, SFX, and I'll paste them in. Okay. Alright, so let's see what this guy did again.
Flying through this wireframe, and I'm shooting at these boxes. It's really easy with 3JS provide. So right here is where we're going to add all of the setup code.
Okay.
We're going to add our sound effects. First,
let me do it right here. Sound effects.
First, I just want to create an array to hold the sounds.
Okay.
And then a couple of variables to assign those sounds to, one for destroying the box and one for shooting the laser. Create a manager for loading these files, and the manager is going to have an onload method that just yells in the console, loaded, and shows the sounds. That's just for debug. We'll create an audio loader, read.audio loader, and pass in that manager as a prop. Here's a list of the MP3 files that are in the project that I'm going to load, and an audio listener. You'll see why that's important in a second.
So shake whoosh. Is that how I code it? Shake whoosh. Win grunt, lose grunt, shake whoosh. Okay. Const manager. It will equal new 3 dot loading manager, whatever that is. So manager dot onload. Alright, I'll do it, but I don't think I need that. Console.log. I'll delete it later. Load it, and then sounds. Const audio loader equals new 3 dot audio loader manager and const mp3s, which equal grunt win whoosh and shake whoosh. Okay. Then we add a const listener equals new tree dot audio listener. Okay, and here is const, not consts. Nope. Alright.
Now, if the name is blarp in the project that I'm going to load, and an audio listener, you'll see why that's important in a second. I'm going to add that to the camera. Now,
So we need to add this to the camera, so camera.add, and then we add the listener.
now, for each of those MP3s, I'm going to loop over them, create a new sound using that listener I created earlier, give that sound the name. This is the name, either Fitz or Laser 01 or
Why is this crossed out? Name is deprecated. Alright, I understand. Const sound equals new tree audio listener sound of name equals name. What else?
blarp or splode. Now, if the name is blarp, I want that to be the box sound, and if the name is Laser 01, I want that to be the laser sound.
Alright, if name equals triple equals grant win we make this the, what is it, the wing grunt equals sound, and we do this 3 more times. If name is grunt whoosh, we want the whoosh grunt to be the sound, and if it's shake whoosh, we want the shake whoosh to be the sound. Okay.
I'm going to push those into
Sounds dot push sound,
my sound array and call the audio loader to load.
and then audio loader dot load and backticks. From here we go into the SFX folder. I'm not sure about his project structure, but let's see. I think it's just like that. SFX name dot mp3, and then we do a function buffer. I don't know what the buffer is for.
Load those files. This is the path in my directory to those files. And once it's created, I need to set the buffer for
sound.set buffer
the data that's loaded. I hope that makes sense.
kind of.
Save it.
Alright, let's save it and see if we've loaded the sounds. Loaded array. So I think it did load the sounds. Let me just check this. "76 failed to execute the code audio data on base audio context." So it doesn't matter if there is a dot here or not, is that what you're saying? Alright, am I doing something wrong? Audio loader, sfx, name.mp3, function, buffer, sound set, buffer.
Away.
Yeah, I don't think
We're not seeing anything yet because there's just that loaded call.
Let me see if ChatGPT knows anything about this. Why am I seeing? I couldn't copy the error. Alright. They are in the correct format, they're all MP3, right? Yes, MP3. And I can hear them. So they're not corrupted. Verify the format, yes, they're MP3, check the server response, ensure correct path. SFX. Indeed. SFX. They're loaded though. Before that it says that they're loaded. Unable to decode audio data. Alright, so ground win, ground lose. Shake whoosh. Right. This is uppercase. Okay. Perfect. Let's see now.
Right? But let's handle that.
Yeah.
Come down to your fire laser method inside the code, and I'm going to add this laser sound.stop and make sure it's not playing before I start.
Alright, so let's add like the loose grunt sound. So we'll have to add it where let's see, slice. Where do we add score to the computer? Increase core computer, so wait, increase core, where is that? There you go. So if we have to increase the score to a computer, we probably lost. So lose grunt dot stop. Okay, and
or else we might have issues. I also want to vary the sound, and there's a
He
method
varies the
called
sound.
detune where I can set.
I don't think I'm going to
between-
need that. Can we do was grunt
I think
dot
each
play?
100 cents is equal to 1 semitone. Nonetheless, I'm using these numbers.
And we can probably add the wing grunt as well. Wing grunt dot stop and wing grunt dot play. Okay, and same for the draw. Okay. Right, let's see if that works. It does work, but it's very delayed. It does work, okay. Now, how do we make it? How do we make it play earlier? Play around. What if we decrease that? Would it have any? Alright, let's do 1.5. That's interesting. I probably have to edit the audio so it starts exactly at the beginning and there is not a silent period. But probably I'm going to do it later because at the moment it works and I like how it works. I'm going to increase the audio for you. Alright, now I need to add the shaking as well. After we get the computer choice, we'll shake the hand, so probably here we can add it shake whoosh dot stop, and probably after that we can play it, but I want to play it 3 times because it shakes the hands 3 times. Let me just try to see how that works. If I play it 3 times, I think it's going to overlap. Oops. Yes, audio is already playing. Maybe we have to add this stop before that. But they still overlap because they immediately play and stop before you can even hear it. So there must be, is there a way in 3JS I want to play a whoosh sound 3 times for the shaking hand animation? So how do I play it 3 times without it overlapping exactly This doesn't work because hit it. Right, so let's look for a better way to do the whoosh sound. Determine the duration of the sound. Is this the determine the duration of the sound? You can get the duration of the sound once it's loaded using the shake whoosh buffer duration, which gives you the length of the sound in seconds. Play the sound multiple times with a delay, so set timeout. Convert duration to milliseconds. Alright. Audio loader. So can we do it a bit simpler than that? And set timeout. Can we do a quick for loop? For let I equals 0 until I is less than 3, I plus and in that duration we'll shake whoosh dot stop, or maybe we can do it before that. Set timeout. I'm gonna do shake whoosh dot stop play. Shake whoosh is a function, so I can do that. Shake whoosh dot play. Then we stop it and I've made it more complicated than it should have been. Make it less complicated. Set timeout. Can you alright, so I can probably just use that. Like this. Times is not defined. Instead of times, I can just use 3. And it plays it 3 times, but it's within 1 second, so I want it more like 100 milliseconds. That doesn't work. Let's see where it breaks. It breaks here. If you do 50, what's happening? 50. You need to avoid using shake or stop. Alright. Let me try that. Hey. That was an infinite loop. Do you just see the errors going on? Oh my days. Why is that? It's cloning. Oh. JS set interval so code delay, and I want set interval of shake usual play and the delay to be 50 milliseconds. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? Seems like it's that hard, yes. Let me just check the error once again. Uncode syntax error, unexpected identifier object. Uncode syntax error, unexpected identifier object. Because it's with uppercase, is it? Or it's not? Where is it? Where is it? The shakush is not with uppercase. So shakush. Why do I need a counter? I don't think I do. Set interval. Ah! 134. It started at 131. 131. Oh. Strange. Maybe it wasn't this JS file. Anyways, I'm going to play it one time and stop it because this is too much, and I've got work in a little bit, so Alright. Let me just hear how it works.
Ha! Ha!
Why are the hands not...
Ha! Ha!
the hands were not horizontal. That was strange. I think it works now. Alright. I'll be ending the stream because we've been going at it for close to 4 hours and it's already 9 AM. So I have work in a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see each other again probably today or tomorrow, and we'll continue hacking at this and seeing how far we can go and how polished we can get it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys, and see you later. Bye bye.